Okay guys, so we're talking price and we're not going to be wasting any time. We get straight into the content just like you like it. Now we're starting off with Richard Hart. Richard Hart said this: remember when Bitcoin went from 65,000 to 30,000 while Hex did like a 20x? Remember when I called the top years ago? BTC is a risk asset. It has historically dumped harder than stock market when stocks have dumped. Betting that BTC will go up when stocks watches, yeah, I called the top of that too, and real estate are going down seems pretty risky. The world bought bonds and the bonds are all down massively. They're pretending it doesn't hurt, using tactics like hold till expiration. At some point, the reality must be realized. As interest rates go up to fight inflation, government money printing, bonds continue to fall in value, and T-bills and chill keeps paying better, sucking money out of stocks. So this sounds like Richard Hart is pretty bearish on the market, on Bitcoin, but it does tell us something, right? And this, because when I saw this tweet, I was like, okay, this means Richard Hart is extremely bearish. He does not expect anything to go up, including Hex, including PulseChain, because for the most part, the entire space moves up together or moves down together, right? Then I saw this tweet from Crypto7. It says, Richard Hart bearish on Bitcoin, but starts pointing out that the time it's dumped while Hex did a 20x. That's my summary of the tweet. So he's really shining the light on the first point of Richard Hart's tweet, that yes, it is bearish, but it does not mean that it has to be the same thing for the PulseChain ecosystem as well. The PulseChain ecosystem can continue to flourish despite having a crypto market that's not doing so well. And that's a good point, and I stand with that. But if he is right and we are not completely fully on a bull run, I would say that every crypto asset becomes a hardcore next level risk asset. Now I think that we've been bearish for a long enough time, and I think that the market has somewhat flipped. And obviously I do also expect some of that volatility, up and down action, and I do not expect it to just go up in a straight line. It never does. Now let's take a look at another tweet from Waters Above. Now Waters Above, he kind of covers I don't know how to explain this, but a lot of these, something like the star signs, how it's connected with trading, and how all the lunar stuff, is it aligned and all that stuff, that kind of stuff, right? It says, this is a warning to the Hex community and it is not fun. Back in October 2020, Hex pumped 300% in just a couple of weeks before topping out in November, followed by a minus 80% correction into the November lunar eclipse. This year, this pump started on the same date as it did back in 2020. Now, I did not know that. That is because here's the thing, right? I'm not into all these trying to read into everything, all of this stuff, say, oh, this sign, that, this, yeah, the water moved, the moon is there, and all that stuff. And but some things kind of are strange. Like I mentioned that the SEC released a tweet when they were going after Richard Hart at 5:55. That's the exact time, the tweet. That's the timestamp on the tweet, 5:55. And I thought that was strange. Now, if this is the case as well, that this pump started on the same date it did back in 2020, I think these charts need to be looked at. And Waters Above does have a YouTube channel. I don't know if he's covered this yet on his YouTube channel. This year, the pump started on the same date as it did back in 2020 and moved the same amount and is seemingly stalling at the same exact time, perfectly into this lunar eclipse tomorrow. You can't make this up. As pictured, we have a potential test for EHEX coming around at 0.0071. If that breaks, EHEX can come back down to 0.003 cents. Essentially, there is a thin line between that. Right, here's the good news. If EHEX becomes back to 0.003, it could be the last time it ever trades that low again. If and when it recovers, it's likely headed into a full recovery back to the macro 0.236 fib, right? Pictured, I warned this bottom would come 3 months ago, and yeah, he has had some like Waters from Above. He has had some predictions that have been strong and really have happened. So this is the analysis that we are seeing on Twitter right now. Richard Hart is saying he is bearish on the entire market, but not bearish on Hex, because Hex has proven that it can pump when everything else dumps. And then we have Waters from Above saying, guys, this thing is doing exactly as it did in the past. So it's up to you guys to decide. I think that dips are to be eaten up. Now, there are different times where you buy the dip, but then at certain times you get more confident in buying the dips than others, right? If you're in a bear market, yes, you can continue to dollar cost average over the year, but when the market is starting to flip and it's looking much more like there's much more excitement, then it's more start eating up those dips. Now, I am saying eat up. It's now time to eat up the dips, but it's not a hardcore eat the dips. Definitely, it's not. It's not. Like if we were to look at the rate of confidence in buying the dip right now, it's pretty high. I would say in the like 60-65 range, which is a strong buy the dip territory. Now, if we get in a full-on bull market, yeah, then we get into 90%. You must buy the dip. And we throw in those disclaimers, right? That you must, but nah, it's not really. But yeah, look, obviously everyone's financial decisions are up to them. But yeah, I think my confidence rate would be about, yeah, in the 65%. That's where it is. And there are some things that I think I want to see more of that we're not seeing right now. That would like flip me over the board. Like that is a lot more onboards coming into the crypto space. And that I don't think I've seen that yet. But yeah, that's that. So this is the analysis that I'm seeing right now. Let me know what you think about all of this stuff in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. And remember, check out PulseShib. It's a DeFi meme coin on Pulse Chain, and it's one of those that's extraordinarily early. You do not want to miss out. There's many projects that are they're starting to launch on Pulse Chain now. So Pulse Chain is getting exciting in the sense that we're starting to see a lot more activity on chain. And anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below, and I will see you again next time.